Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay guys, we are from group 2. We'll present our final project on IT-based language learning using the Intuit application under the title The Uniqueness of Each Regions. Okay guys, don't take a long time. Let's get started.
I will explain one of the beauties in the city of Bukit Tinggi. That was Jam Gadang. Jam Gadang is a clock tower that marks of the Bukit Tinggi city, West Sumatra in Indonesia. This clock tower has a large clock on four sides, so that called Jam Gadang. Minangkabau, that's mean big clock. The clock tower or Jam Gadang has underground three chains. When first erected, the tower was round and there was a statue of the rooster facing east on it. However, during the Japanese colonial period, the tower was converted into a pagoda shape. The name of Gadang comes from the Minangkabau language, that means is big. This name was taken because the clock on the far side of the tower are quite large in diameter, which 18 centimeter. Apart from being a monument to the city of Bukit Tinggi, Jam Gadang is also a destination for both domestic and foreign tourists.
Okay, next about Tabui from Pariaman. A tabui is the local manifestation of the remembrance of Muharram among the Minangkabau people in the coastal regions of West Sumatra, Indonesia, particularly in the city of Pariaman. A tabui also refers to the towering funeral biers carried around during the remembrance procession and is similar in form to several of the indigenous cultures to terms found in the old world Western cultures. The practice of throwing a tabui into the sea has taken place every year in Pariaman on the 10th of Muharram since 1831. The practice was introduced to the region by the Shiite Muslim sepoy troops from India who were stationed and later settled during the British Raj. The festival includes reenactment of the Battle of Karbala and the playing of tasa and the drums, also originally a Shia festival. Nowadays, most inhabitants of Pariaman and other Southeast Asia areas hold similar festivals which are even celebrated by non-Muslims.
Okay, next to Damasraya. Here I'm about to recite the inscrutable little icon that lives in my village. It's a green lake. Green lake live one of the tourist icons found in Damasraya. The lake is often a destination for tourists. The location of the lake is in front of the coal mine office, Pangean, Sitiungfo, Sungai Rumbai. The lake is unique in this respect. It's a greenish water and also are not natural like lake, but rather lake that have been excavated by former coal mines. Thank you.
Okay guys, let's we go to Aceh, precisely South Aceh, Tapak Tuan. Okay, local legend says that the soul of the feet of Tuan Tapak, a character in the legend of South Aceh. The existence of the site, which is located at the foot of Gunung Lampu, Tapak Tuan, is a tourist attraction. The legend of Tuan Tapak's footprints is the origin of the name of the capital city of South Aceh Regency, namely Tapak Tuan. The city is located about 440 kilometers from the provincial capital of Aceh. In ancient times, lived a powerful hermit with a giant body who was very obedient to God. His name is Sheikh Tuan Tapak. One day, two dragons from China found a baby floating in the middle of the sea. Then, they rescued the baby and nursed him until he grew up. Several years later, the two parents of the baby, who become king and empress of the Astronoka kingdom, found out the whereabouts of their daughter. The king asked for his baby back to the two dragons. The request was rejected. Short story, there was a great battle between the king and the dragon in the middle of the sea. And it caused Tuan Tapa's meditation to be disturbed, and Tuan Tapa came out of the mountain where he was imprisoned and stepped into a mountain. While standing at the top of the mountains, Tuan Tapa was about to throw his body into the battle arena. The footprints when he stood are what made an impression here. Tuan Tapa managed to kill the two dragons using a stick. At that time, Tuan Tapa's intention was to save the baby who had become a princess. As it turned out, Tuan Tapa's good intention made the two dragons furious, resulting in a battle. Short story, the fight was won by Tuan Tapa. The princess returned the arms of the king and empress, but the two of them didn't return to the kingdom and chose to settle in Aceh. Okay, that is the origin of the story of the existence of a very large fort in Aceh. To be precise, in South Aceh, Tapak Tuan. Okay guys, that's all from Aceh. Thank you.
Now I want to tell you about a tourist place from 50 kota is Lubuk Bulan. Lubuk Bulan waterfall is mysterious waterfall located in 50 kota. Has its one uniqueness does not have a stream or river that appears on the surface of the overflow of water. According to scientists, this occurs due to the influence of an underground river. But until now, no one can be sure where the water comes from, and finally, it invites many tourists to see the mysterious waterfall. To enter this tourist spot does not need to pay an entrance ticket. The location of the waterfall is located in remote districts of 50 kota. Precisely in Jorong Koto Tinggi, Kubang Balamba, Kenagarian Simpang Kapua, Muka. This place can be accessed by motorbike from Payakumbuh to Kubang Balamba village, then processed by walking as far as 70 km when the road time is short. Can be reached during the 5 hours if the weather is good. Various activities that we can do such as trekking through the forest, cycling, enjoy the beauty and uniqueness of nature, and can.
Okay, I will tell you about the uniqueness of my village, namely Batu Kangkung village. The two famous hills in this nagari, namely Bukit Cinta and Bukit Rindu, are funny in their name, but that's the reality. In Bukit Cinta, there is a waterfall that has its own beauty. This waterfall is one of the most popular tourist attraction in Batu Kangkung. This waterfall is named Batang Asam. In addition to the two hills, there is another hill that is no less interesting. This hill is known as the Bukit Hujan. The beauty of the morning from the top of this will make the minds of the audience calm, and the cool air in the morning will make the audience feel at home for long.
Solok Selatan has a number of natural, historical, and cultural attractions in the area that as Nagari Seribu Rumah Gadang. Many hundreds of years old Gadang houses are from that are still inhabited by their residents. Rumah Gadang 21 is a Gadang house with 21 rooms. Other attractions are Lake Bonta, Ngalo Lubuk Malako, several waterfalls, and a number of other historical heritage buildings such as mosque, place, and monument.